priority assassins once more up against Kyle TZ. I feel like we will be seeing no lings for Falcons AP Brand this time. And since they're the ones on the blue side, could they potentially be prioritizing the Zas or still no?
Alright. FCAP.
Maybe
I'm
not.
not the only one bound.
Oh
by
no!
We're gonna be double checking the sides. Because right now we have Coach Trevor going up against Coach Ducky. That ain't right.
Oh wait,
Let's just double check. If I'm not mistaken, it should be RSG
on the blue side
blue side.
should be.
Yeah. We'll see.
That actually surprised me quite a bit as well.
But let's read it as it is. So the Phobias, Jushin, and Harith gets taken away. RSG is on the red side because they banned the chip.
Yeah.
Only red side teams ban chips, so.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you mean to say it's Falcons AP brand banning out the Phobius themselves?
Yes. But they're still respecting Nibor, who
So we're right.
played a really good game earlier, yeah. So it's Falcons AP Brand on the blue side.
All right. So that's settled. It's still Falcons AP brand on the blue side. They banned the Zask instead, so the Ling is open here for Falcons AP brand. But they won't pick that up just yet. They prioritize the Hylos. So actually right now that I'm thinking of it, even the Ruby is still open.
Yeah.
Just in case they'd want to go for that. But then the Hylos is already in the hands of Falcons AP brand. That might make things a little bit awkward.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, not a lot of EXP laners can actually match the high loss in the lane. Like, there's a reason by even I myself, a measly MPL Philippines analyst, when spamming high loss, does really good in EXP lane, no matter who I'm up against.
Oh.
Because that's easy mode. He's easy mode right now. No joke.
I cannot confirm nor deny, but I agree. Oh! Wait. So if we're seeing this right, this is an Irad Fanny,
Yeah.
and they still get their hands on the Edith. So will they, or will Falcons AP Brand consider the Ruby this time, or does that reveal too much about their lineup since they already picked up the Hylos?
Yeah, go ahead, pick up the Ling. The Ling's still open.
The Ling
Yeah.
and
You gotta match the assassin, then have lockdown. You can either go Cho. If that's too early for you, go Grok. If you don't want to go Roam yet, you go mid.
oh, they go for the Faramis and the Ling.
Yeah,
Okay,
so they
so
go mid and Ling.
Trick the Reaper.
I now am fully convinced that this is indeed a Falcons AP Brand signature pick right now.
Yeah.
They're one of the few teams who still consistently decide to pick up the Faramis regardless of all the emerging mid laners. But again, there's no Zask and Zushin available or up for grabs for both of these teams. But either way, right now for RSG Philippines, do they look for an answer? An immediate answer to the presence of a Ling, or do they leave that for later and stay flexible with Light's Heroes? The True is still available as well if they'd want to proceed with that.
They can get their gold laner now, so that they don't have. They can just play the gold laner banning game for the second phase. Oh, they go Jawhead.
So
Okay, Jawhead into the Ling. Makes sense.
That's-
That's the old response. Like a season 8 signature. One team picks Ling, the other team picks Jawhead.
that's a major lockdown and hunt
Yeah.
on the Ling. It can force out the
Oh,
Tempest of
no.
Blades every now and then, but then if you get punished, that's
Yeah.
a very difficult situation.
I have a theory that I want to test.
What's that?
What if Falcons AP Brand might consider an EXP lane blue later on?
Oh!
What if the high loss goes into the roam for Open, which is not bad,
Not bad. That's not bad. I agree.
and then they go
Hope
blue
will find a
for their
way.
EXP lane.
Even when all
They're
is
taking away the Vixana. They have the Therapist on their side.
All right.
If they ban a Terizla, I'm gonna say they're picking glue. If they don't ban it, I feel like it's still a chance.
Okay. And Falcons AP
Oh no, I'm sorry,
Brand-
they don't need to ban Terizla. They already have
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Legion
yeah.
on the other side, so yeah.
And Falcons AP Brand potentially bringing out the glue isn't something entirely impossible.
Yeah.
We've seen the Flap TZ on this hero multiple times now, and that might just make this job for Light 10 times harder Because if there's a presence of a glue with a split who could like divert your attention every now and then, or even for the potential marksman here of RSG Philippines, if they decide to go for a single target marksman, such as the carry, it might not work that well. But then, of course, it still depends on RSG on what they're going to plan to pick up.
They need more magic. I think they could go Lilia for their mid lane because it was either Lilia or Aurora, but Falcons AP Brand banned out the Aurora. They could go Lilia if they. Okay, then they go Moskov. Yeah, they definitely need more magic damage.
They're saving. They're saving Aqua's pick for like. Oh, I just remembered. Aqua used to be someone who kept using the Fire Mist as well.
Yeah.
But then now...
I wonder if it could be another Lolita game.
Oh no! The Edith and the Moscow both are again in RSG Philippines' hands.
Yeah.
So we're deciding whether or not we want the Lolita again or the glue to happen in this game. Because both are possible. They could be potential pickups, but for Super Marco Zero here, the Brody.
Oh, it's been a while.
I think we often see the Brody whenever there's a Fanny, but to think it would happen again today, wow, it feels like it's really been a while. And the Grok, okay, so they will proceed with a roamer who could potentially match the aggression and the presence that Light on the Jawhead can offer all around the map. He will not be afraid of sticking with or scouting Light every now and then as the Grok, since he can immune himself. And now, the Valentina finishes up the lineup for RSG Philippines. They have quite a lot of ultimates here that they can get from Falcons AP Bren.
The Valentina is a really great last pick. I am surprisingly leaning a little bit more towards RSGPH. Problem is right now, can they cross it into the later portions of the game?
Yep.
The early game doesn't look fun for Falcons AP Bren. If RSG Philippines can level out the scaling, or could just shut down the scaling altogether so that they can have an earlier mid to late game power spike, that's good for RSG.
All right, it's not just the assassin matchups of both of these junglers that we have to watch out for coming into game number 2. Let's see what's going to happen between both of these teams. Let's throw it over to our casters, Ingan and Nice.
One above all versus the one for an eye. Kyle TZ versus Ira. Two mechanically gifted junglers going head-to-head for game number 2. Naisu, do you think this is a sweep? Currently 23 years old. Speaking of age, Nibor, again, is only 16 years old. So far, what a bright future for RSG's Expulators. But as we head on back to game number 2, again, looking at the Assassin matchup, it's Kyle TZ's Ling versus Irad Zafani.
I'm going to go back to my point here when you asked me. So I was thinking it'd be a sweep. Now I have to side with my fellow Bear Bro over there on the panel. Hold on, early kill. Okay, no, it's not going to happen. But, oh, hold on. Aqua, though, so low. Light's in trouble now. Okay, they get the flicker out.
Wow.
Good. Glad no first bloods there. Because I'm going back to the point of, I agree with Redmar. I actually like the lineup for RSG. Depending on my one asterisk here, is what Aqua does with the Valentina pick. Like, if he's able to go ahead and get some key ultimates, whether that's Flap, whether it's Ogwen even, whether it's Few, then that could change the course of these fights already early on for this. You can see it happening here. Few goes in, gets the Stampede off. Nabor could be in trouble, still tanky enough himself in the early game. Earth Shatter's there, and that's the first blood in the hands of Light.
Okay, so I was supposed to say for me, my asterisk would be Light. Because again, Jawhead is a snowball-reliant hero. Not necessarily that hero alone, but if you have a Jawhead as much as possible, you want to control the early game. And with a good pickup onto Kyle TZ, they're starting out strong so far.
Yeah, early pickoff. That's exactly what the Raiders need here. Because, you know, as we're talking about, even this matchup alone, in the XP lane, we're going to have to see how they utilize this XP lane Grok, especially later on for the objectives here. But the fact, like you said, you know, Light, if he gets an early kill, if he's able to build up and scale up on the Jawhead alone, to the point where, all right, now you're just alley-ooping, you know, enemies from FCAP into the hands of RSG, and you can cap out on that, then that's great for them. We'll see if they pull it off, though, now that this first turtle's up.
Okay, so the story so far of week 3, day number 1 is whoever gets the first turtle wins the game, because majority of the games so far are one-sided. So
That is not a stat that I would want to do against FCAP. Or Kyle TZ, what did he say? He had like 17 out of 21 turtles. You know, I'm not sure, again, if that's 100% accurate, but I know it was something insane like that.
yeah, so far, Falcons AP Brand not off to a good start. Again, there was an early pickoff onto Kyle TZ, but still, they still have the Grok and the Hylos that could actually be the good frontliners here up against a very ecstatic lineup from RSG. Again, they have a Fanny and a Jawhead, so in terms of getting those exciting out-of-nowhere plays, RSG is capable of doing that at any given time. And now as they start the turtle here, Ogwen surveying the scene. Our two junglers are present though, so I think we're gonna have a very, very big clash.
The assassin showdown here between Irad and Kyle TZ, relying on the rest of the team to hold that front side up and create the box that they're gonna want to play around too. Few has that NetherRealm available, and Aqua as well, so comes down to who executes it well enough to win the fight, but neither team wants to budge.
Another reset of the turtle. I think the only thing that both of these junglers fought for was the Little Wanderer that Irad got.
Yeah.
So right now, it's really basically a chess match because anything can go with the first turtle, but look at this! Oh my goodness!
Irad makes the play.
That was a Grok! A tanky Grok onto FlapTZ. Iran's gonna get a kill, but Light on the other hand.
Okay, Purifier gonna be used. Few in trouble here, gets knocked into the air. Light picks up another kill, and now the turtle for the taking will go in the hands of Irad here. RSG off to a great start in game number 2.
1.4k gold lead so far for the Raiders, so this time they were the ones who got the turtle, first turtle. So, can we say that this might go to a game 3?
It's too early to tell, but
too early.
That's been the stat so far, you know?
Yeah,
like we said,
the stat, the fact of the day so far.
first turtle, teams usually end up winning. So with that, even taking a look at the items here, you can already see Irad has a nice little lead. It's nothing too crazy, but he's playing around the fact that he can rely on, you know, you have Nabor here, you have Light just scaling up really well. You know, Light, even with the 2 early kills, gives him a little bit of an advantage to work around in his setups.
Yeah, and even on the XP lane, you can see a clear advantage here for Nabor. Picks up the what item is that?
What?
My favorite item so far as a roamer in XP lane.
An favorite as
The color
a
blue one. Wait.
Blade of
Irad.
Hepsies.
No.
Thunderbelt.
Thunderbelt.
I'm like playing charades here. You're drawing the Thunderbelt.
Because it's such a good item again, especially as a first core item. You get your stacks that you accumulate turns into hybrid defense, and that hybrid defense in turn turns into additional damage, or is it additional damage or true damage?
True damage, yeah.
Yeah, true damage, yeah. So it's really a good pick off here for Nibor. And speaking of Nibor, you know, I've been noticing even during the previous tournaments, international tournaments, he's been using this Edith a lot.
Oh, there's the toss up, but whoa! The damage was there, but Kyle TZ is going to get away instead. That's a lot of burst. Spirit Destruction going to land. I don't think they can follow it up, but what they will do is RSG will go ahead and make a call for a raid here in the jungle. There's the toss-up once again. This time around, fighting into the glorious pathway. NetherRealm going to proc as well, and FCAP still giving the call to possibly fight this. Nabor props the Primal Wrath and forces Ogwen back. Meanwhile, Kosei is going to go ahead and push down that bottom lane.
Okay, so a trade for RSG here is they got the bottom lane turret, but so far so good because they forced FCAP to retreat instead of getting that second turtle, and that was a good initiation from Light. He threw away FlapTZ, but props as well for FlapTZ for disrupting the Earth Shatter coming in from Nibor, and this time Falcons AP Brand, they're the one starting, but look at Light again with the flicker!
Light again, gonna find Flap. They get the NetherRealm out from Few, and now Light, the one to get punished. Glorious Pathway dropped down by Ogwen, and Kyle TZ will secure the turtle. That might be all they get here as RSG gives it a call back. So with that, FCAP finds a little bit of life in this game, but right now, RSG's still ahead.
Okay, 1-for-1 turtle exchange here. Falcons AP Brand, they got the kill onto Light, plus the turtle takedown. So far, they're trying to reduce the lead established here by RSG Philippines. You know RSG still looking for the early game momentum. They want to go for the pickoffs, but look at FlapTZ onto the back line here. Trapping Kosei!
Wall charge again. Purify going to be used. RSG there to back him up at this point, though. But again, with this team, FCAP, it's all about the objectives. And Irad going to get forced back there, too.
Okay, okay. So far, so good for both of these teams. Still an equal ball game. This time, we're just going to wait for who's really going to initiate first, because for Falcons AP Bren, they don't necessarily need the setups coming in from FlapTZ. Actually, Ogwen's Glorious Pathway alone, as long as they disrupt the formation of RSG Philippines, that's going to be a good enough play coming in from Falcons AP Bren. And on the other hand, RSG Philippines, as long as the ejectors, the earth shatters from both of their initiators connect, it's really okay, or that's the goal for RSG Philippines. Because again, they have the Valentina coming in from Aqua, and at this point, you know whoever casts first, that Netherrealm will lose, because you'll get out-sustained during those long skirmishes.
And that's the point. You know, at one time, it's going to be who has that sustainability in their favor. And that's why I said, you know, going back to my point with RSG, part of this is on Aqua. Like, what ultimates is he going to take? You have so many good choices, honestly, whether it's the Wild Charge, Glorious Pathway, the Netherrealm yourself, and how does this help the lineup you have? This whole time, too, Super Marco's been pretty much farming up freely. He just picked up the Malefic Roar, and this is all in timing for this first big objective. Lord is now up here, and you're going to see them put the focus on positioning, and that's what they got to be kind of keep an eye on here for RSG, because they've lost that gold lead that they pretty much had for the majority of the game. And so FCAP is in fighting position now.
And so far, these are one of the rare instances wherein a third turtle wasn't secured by any of the team because of those long skirmishes, because of those chess game type of back and forth coming in from both of these teams. But one thing for sure is Lord is up for grabs. In terms of neutral objectives, it's a 1-for-1. And now they're popping Fuse Purify here, so that's a good resource expended for RSG Philippines.
Well, they get that out. I'm wondering too, you know, Flap's been up here for a while. Just kind of hanging out there, top side. We'll see what they decide to do around this. Again, neither team wants to commit to the Lord, and like you mentioned, it was kind of like that way with that turtle earlier on, where neither team wanted to commit to it because of how these fights can play out.
Yeah.
FlapTZ also just now picking up. He's got a Sea Halberd now in this Grok.
Okay, so wow. Okay, so FlapTZ, one Wild Charge Power of Nature combination can actually bring down Kosei or even Irad and Aqua, so they have to watch out for that. But on the other hand, they have to deal with Ogwen, because Ogwen's dealing with the frontliners here. Half HP for Ogwen, but that's okay. And again, we have to go back with the Assassin matchup, because both of these Assassin junglers can do those wave management, can do those split push. It's just a matter of who's gonna out macro the other.
And at almost any given day, if we're talking about macro, I would probably favor FCAP here, but RSG has been doing a good job. And like I said, so far able to go toe-to-toe with FCAP, trying to keep things pretty much at pace and at par, is showing a much better RSG than we saw in Game 1. It's just still begs the question, can they win this crucial fight with the First Lord? Kosei is going to go ahead and start it up. He also just locked in his next item, so they can hold this together until Irad joins this fight.
11 minutes in. First turtle still up for grabs. A conceal coming in.
Conceal, they get the Purify out once again. They drop it down. There's the Spear Destruction. Fuse already gone. Irad joins the fight. Will be able to find Ogwen. Forces out the Flicker from Super Marco as he takes up another kill. Wild Charge coming out from FlapTZ. They're looking for Irad. They're going to close him off with the Guardian's Barrier, but they can't get him down just yet until finally Irad goes down. But RSG will be able to go ahead and take and start up this Lord. But look who's still alive. Kyle TZ.
Kyle TZ with the Retribution still ready to be expended. Irad not in the picture here, but I think the good zone coming in from RSG Philippines will entail them their first Lord. And if we could go back to that last clash, who started it? I mean, there was a conceal coming in from RSG, but I think it was Light or Nibor's Earth Shatter Ejector. I'm not quite sure, but the important thing is RSG Philippines forced Few to use the Netherrealm first compared to Aqua.
And not only that, they forced him to use that Purify too.
Yeah.
So great decision making from RSG to start that fight up either way, whether it was Light, whether it was Nibor, but ultimately it resulted in them getting a swing in their favor. They now have the Lord. They can work around this, and you know, they really took an FCAP of that fight there. It was, you know, a last-ditch effort from Flap trying to block off Irad with that Guardian's barrier, and they finally got the kill, but ultimately they play around this. Look at this. He's just going to stop, delay it a little bit further. Glorious Pathway going to be dropped down. FCAP wants to hold on to this tier 1 in the mid lane as it's one hit away.
The wall from FlapTZ. The great wall of FlapTZ prevented that concealed play from RSG Philippines to ensue.
He's doing things like this. I can't wait to see what he does on his Paquito skip.
Yeah, the FlapTZ.
FlapTZ? No, the damage was there from Irad. I'm not sure, is he still going to put the pressure? He doesn't. He calls it off. Very close getting that kill.
But Irad, though, was able to evade that wild charge play coming in from FlapTZ. Almost got a kill on the XP laner of Falcons AP Bren. Pound for pound, punch for punch, these two teams are, I think, equally made so far. Even if RSG Philippines has a 2.8k gold lead, this one clash is all what FCAP needs to turn things around. Again, they have Kyle TZ with the legs, Super Marco with the Brody. So RSG Philippines still needs to play it safe. Play it by the book. Go again for the Lord. If you can get additional pickoffs before you engage in those neutral objectives, do it.
I think breaking down this game, though, RSG has done everything right that they possibly could based off what we saw in Game 1. The adjustments they made, the decision-making that they're making is much better here and much more in sync with each other because really they look disconnected in Game 1, but somehow, you know, they found their second wind, at least for now in Game 2. It's not over yet. They've got a healthy lead, they've got control around the map, and they have pick-off potential, and I think that's the biggest thing that you have to highlight with the lineup that they have.
And I think one of the major adjustments for RSG Philippines is this time Irad got to play.
Yeah.
Irad with the Fanny unleashed his micro-mechanic skills, 312 KDA, as well as Nibor, this time 008. He doesn't have to soak up the damage. He doesn't have to be the shield of RSG Philippines. He's freely casting those Earth Shatters for those initiations. Speaking of Onward here, he's not going to get Onward onto Kyle TZ, but he got the purple buff.
He got the purple buff. Kyle didn't want to use the Retribution because
There's
Lord.
Yeah,
Lord's up, and he'd much rather have the Retribution available. So still going for it. There's the toss-up. Look at the damage coming out already. Ogwin taken out so quickly, even on the high-low. So now Irad jumps in once again looking for fuel. They force him to fight in the pit. They come in full force. They find a couple more kills as Super Marco taken down as well. But Irad is down, and Kyle TZ knows it. He's going to get out of there. He still has, no, he doesn't have the Retribution, so that's going to be a Lord going to the hands of RSG here.
same situation. The jungler of RSG not in the picture for this Lord take because of Kyle TZ with the 4 blades, Templars and Blades, but I'd like to highlight Aqua. Did you see how he expended that Nether Realm? One more hit, 1 HP left for Irad before he casted that clutch Nether Realm. Really, the timing of RSG Philippines for game number 2 compared to game number 1 is really on point. And that's why they have this 3.9k gold lead plus the level 2 Lord marching in the top lane. Falcons AP Brand did not expect this performance coming in from RSG.
Again, the lineup's really what's working in the favor here of RSG. And Irad doing a much better job too, just winning a lot of this jungle pressure throughout the game because of the lineup that they brought to the table. Nabor as well on this Edith, now primed and ready to knock on the base of FCAP.
Okay, so Irad right now trying to go for the backline, goes for the kill, but forces Kyle TZ to use the Tempest of Blades. Now the Lord marching in the top lane. Again, a conceal coming in from RSG Philippines. Will FCAP be able to defend this?
Still going to work on that. This turret's definitely going to be gone, though, as now it's taken out top side. There is Light once again, throwing FlapTZ over. Doesn't care if he's a Grok or not. They pick up a kill, and now eyes set on the mid lane. RSG wants a game 3, and they're a step closer to it. Irad joining the fight here. NetherRealm going to be used. They're going to focus on the base, and they just go for the raid as RSG takes it to game 3 against FCAP.
And the Raiders stay alive. with a convincing game number 2. Kudos to the 5-man squad alongside their new XP laner, Nibor, who's currently 16 years old, but actually playing like a pro. And man, we have to throw it to our panelists because they have to break down how Raiders were able to extend the series.